Hello and welcome back, everyone. Sure is nice, let me tell you, man. I figured I'd, follow our politicians and head out here to the beach and enjoy some time in the sun. No, I'm not at home right now, guys. I'm out on the beach, enjoying this wonderful sunshine. Hang on a sec here. Let me turn down the wind. Welcome, guys. Today, on a more serious note, even though our politicians are basically laughing at us, breaking all the rules that they put in place for us, I wanted to talk about something a little bit serious because I think, obviously this is a serious problem. The politicians don't seem to care. They don't give a damn about you or I. And, the blatant disregard for their own rules. And, it doesn't get any more clear than that, folks. How many of these idiots got to go on vacation, take off to some tropical destination while they're getting paid, six-figure salaries, while, the rest of you get to suffer and stay on lockdown, not see your families. But, hey, rest assured, they're seeing their families on the beaches in these tropical destinations. Where's Mr. Trudeau right now? I'm sure his plane is somewheres hot right now. And there's been a few people on social media that have the ability to get online and actually see where these politicians' planes are at. And they're certainly not in Canada. So, Mr. Trudeau, where are you? Hello and welcome, everybody. Like I said, I wanted to talk to you about something that I kind of find important. Today, I wanted to ask a question. Do we even know the difference between a liberal and a conservative and what that really is? I'm not entirely sure that we, as a whole, really do. I think conservatives over the years have kind of started leaning a bit more towards the left. The traditional sense of conservative has kind of changed, and conservatives have kind of become more liberal, and that definition of what is liberal, or what used to be liberal, has now become more the conservative. And I don't know what we have on the left, or what we're calling liberal of today, what that really is, but it certainly does not tie into the definition of liberal today. And I want to kind of go over some of those things. So, we've basically completely forgot what it means as liberals become more of this, progressive, whatever they're slipping into. Even now, if this video is being watched by somebody who considers or calls themselves a liberal, the first thing that's going to probably pop into their head is not anything at all to do with tolerance. Yet it's strange because that's supposed to be a key part of the definition of liberal, tolerance. So let's kind of go through a couple of these definitions. So the definition of liberal, willing to respect or accept behavior or opinions differing from one's own and open to new ideas. All right. I don't see what people call liberals of today. I don't see them being open to any type of new ideas. They are open to some pretty insane ideas, but they're definitely not open to any type of viewpoint that differs from their own. It's funny, this is supposed to describe liberalism, but if we look today, it pretty much describes a conservative of today. They're willing to accept things like gay marriage, equal treatment, men and women, different races, religions, you name it. Engaging in open dialogue and conversation is what conservatives most often do. Respect and accept behavior or opinions different from one's own. That's what liberal is supposed to mean. When did you last see anyone with a supposed liberal viewpoint discuss anything? I've seen them on social media, on YouTube. Most often, these liberal protests erupt in violence, riots, people getting injured, people getting killed. That's the liberal way of today. I certainly haven't seen too many liberals, even those that I engage in with social media. The minute I engage with anyone that claims to be liberal, they're very quick to tell me, they quickly meet me with hostility and call your ideas stupid, racist, everything else, but they seldom ever bring any type of facts to the table. I have yet to be greeted by a liberal and have facts brought to the table rather than feelings.
I feel traumatized, bruh, and now I'm tweeting about you, bruh, and now you're trending, bruh, and now your life is ruined, bruh, and now you're fired, bruh.
What happened to bruh?
I don't care about your feelings. They don't matter. In the political sense, the definition of liberal, relating to or denoting a political and social philosophy that promotes individual rights, civil liberties, democracy, and free enterprise. This sounds pretty much like conservatives of today, not liberals. Civil liberties, democracy, free enterprise, and the big one, individual rights. Hell, they don't even believe in the individual. The liberal of today wants to group everyone, paint everyone with the brush of group identity. Tax the rich. They want to tell everyone they're oppressed in some way. This brush of group identity that they paint everyone with. You're oppressed, and you're oppressed, and you're oppressed, and you're oppressed. That's all they tell everybody. Unless you're white. Then you're painted with the brush of oppressor. You cannot possibly be tolerant because of your skin color. You must be a racist, angry white person. That's it. If you have any opinion contrary to that opinion of what, liberals want to call themselves today, there's no tolerance there at all to any type of differing opinion. And you can test this out yourself. Just meet with somebody that you consider to be a liberal and have a differing opinion from them. See how quick they are to attack you. Of course, without realizing it, they have become, the liberals of today, or even though they're not actually liberals by definition, the liberals of today, they've become the most hateful and racist people of today. Instead of telling people that they're capable and have opportunities in this world, the left or the liberals of today tell them that they're oppressed and they need the help of the government rather than taking any responsibility for themselves. So much for blazing your own trail and having free will, I guess. You're going to be oppressed and just kept down. That's the message. So what does Professor Google say that some words to describe liberal? What are some similar words in Google here? Tolerant, unprejudiced, unbigoted, broad-minded, open-minded, enlightened, forbearing, permissive, free and easygoing. Permissive? When the hell has a liberal ever been permissive? Libertarian, that's a word used to describe liberal. I think not. They want to take your guns away, take away your right to speak freely. They want to censor you. Really? Unbiased? Impartial? When the hell has left media, with the most of the mainstream media, been unbiased? This is not liberal thinking. This is oppression. That's what the left has become today. That's what liberal has come to mean today. Oppressive. To me, anyway. So let's go through the definition of conservative. Averse to change or innovation and holding traditional values. Really? Averse to innovation. I'm not sure I agree with that. Conservative people of today are not the traditional conservatives of the 1940s and 50s as the media would have us believe. But I think there's a bit of value in holding some of those traditional values. We can't forget that it's these traditional values that are the reason for this country being where it is today. And this is why so many people in the past have wanted to immigrate here. It's because of the freedoms and individual rights that we have here. Not because of oppression and free handouts. They've had free handouts. Ask anyone who grew up in a socialist country if they want to go back to that. They know it's not the answer, and they would be damned if they would go back to that. That's the whole reason why they left. The foolish liberal or progressive minded of today think that they can make this work, that they're in some way a better human being that can resist the temptation of absolute power and oppression. Hasn't happened so far. Never happened in history yet. People come here to escape the lunacy of socialism only to find that it's infected people here. Now that's a scary concept for many people that immigrate here. Socialism is not a good thing and has never resulted in anything good. Ask anybody who's grown up in a socialist country. Have a look at your history. I think that's very important. Read The Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Highly recommend it. If that doesn't turn you away from socialism, nothing will. In the political context, conservative means favoring free enterprise, private ownership, and socially traditional ideas. What the hell is wrong with private ownership? Do you not enjoy owning your car, owning your home, owning land? Favoring free enterprise, your ability to pave the way for your own business and do as you see fit. All of these are great ideals to strive for. People giving free stuff has never worked in all of history. Never. When you give freely to people, you stifle what it means to be human. I don't know if any of you have kids, but the interesting thing is when you give kids stuff for free without having them work for anything, the interesting thing is they tend to toss it to the side and not be all that interested in it as compared to something that they have to work and struggle for.
I'm Hammer. First, I'd like to not thank you for hiring me because I just expect good things to happen to me without working for them. Also, the lack of diversity here is horrifying, bruh.
When you kill that free enterprise, those individual freedoms and the private ownership, you kill innovation. Why in the hell would I want to create something or be part of any effort, put any effort into anything, when I could just sit on my ass and get paid the same as the guy who's busting his ass? That was the problem in the old USSR. Nobody gave a damn. That's the problem in Cuba, places like Cuba as well, today. Competition and that ability to get ahead of someone else, have some sort of personal gain. Competition drives innovation and creativity. I know it takes some effort for some people to wrap their brain around this idea. But I think of it this way. Why the hell would I come up with a crazy new innovative idea just to have it become property of the state and not be rewarded in any way for it? Really? Would you do that right now? Would you just freely give an idea without having any type of reward? Consider that. So what the hell is this radical left idea? If not liberal, I don't know. What is it? What can we call them? Because conservatives of today really fall into the definition of liberal. So I'm not sure, but let's call them progressives for now. These people will do anything in the name of what they perceive to be progress for the greater good. But of course, they're the only ones that get to decide what the greater good is. In discussion, they'll often start by insulting you and try and stifle the conversation and get it away from any type of facts. They try to get people fired if they can. They believe that the mainstream media is correct no matter what they say, and who are you to question that? I mean, even if there's video evidence, they somehow are able to deny it. Although I have yet to ever have one bring facts or statistics to the table when attempting to convince me that they're right, guess what? Facts matter. Science matters, but not to a progressive. I think it's come to a point where I think calling any type of leadership in Canada and the United States liberal, I think that's an insult to the word liberal. The progressive left, they even seem to have lost their grip on reality of late. You watch the, evidence that's brought forward in some of the, irregularities in the U.S. election today. I mean, some of this stuff is on video, and yet the progressive left just seems to say, nope, didn't happen, didn't happen. It's like, would we not want to investigate this? I mean, today was the absolute craziest crap I have ever seen from a United States Democrat. As I said, they've lost their grip on reality. I saw today a House Democrat, Emmanuel Cleaver. He closed the House prayer with Amen, followed by A women. What the hell? I'm curious. This guy is a pastor at a Methodist church. Does he possibly not even know what the term means or where it comes from? I mean, when the hell did gender come into the word amen? What, because the word actually has M-E-N in it somewhere? That means men? It has nothing to do with gender. But I guess, much like schizophrenics, these progressives can see and hear oppression even in places where it doesn't exist. We see this here in Canada as well. I mean, what reason did Canadians have to get themselves involved in the BLM movement here in Canada? Where in this country do we have a raging problem with racism against black people? I have yet to see this in my years here. Yes, I've seen individual racism by, a-hole individuals. Individual racism, sure, it's out there. I will never deny that individual racism exists. There are people out there that are, hateful and rude and whatever. There's no system of oppression here. I mean, I could see Aboriginals in this country perhaps starting some kind of movement similar to BLM, but not BLM. And for our prime minister to go along with it and go take a knee, this just proves the point. These progressives see hate, racism, bigotry, discrimination, and victimhood everywhere they look. This is literally paranoid behavior, not unlike someone with a mental illness. So now that we've established that, the people running our countries have lost their marbles, what the hell are we going to do about it? I don't know. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can get notified of any new episodes coming out. Should have another one here coming up soon. Hit the like button and make sure you leave your comments below. That really helps out with the old YouTube algorithms. Another episode coming very soon. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.